first.
We go back to the entrance at 165.
The number 2 seed hailing from the University of Virginia, junior from La Vista, Nebraska, Nick Hamilton. And introducing his opponent, the top seed from Stanford University, a redshirt sophomore from Iowa City, Iowa, Hunter Garvin.
A couple of wrestlers who grew up in the Midwest who have made their way to ACC country. Here comes Hunter Garvin, the redshirt sophomore, returning All-American for Stanford. Garvin this year, 18-6, the top seed, taking on the defending champion from Virginia, Nick Hamilton, the 2 seed. Hamilton 11-2, and this has been a weight that has belonged to Virginia and Steve Garvin. Back-to-back champs with McCoy a couple of years ago, Justin McCoy, and then last season, Nick Hamilton. We're off and running, 165.
How about Garvin coming out to surfing in the USA? I haven't seen that one before.
It's only appropriate for the West Coast, right?
Yeah. I think that kind of emulates a little bit of his style. Very free, very flowing. You'll notice he likes to chain multiple attacks together, but he's also very creative. He likes to work from a 2-on-1, often called a Russian tie. He'll throw his legs in, a little bit unorthodox, but can score from any position.
Garvin red hot. He's won 11 straight matches. He beat Hamilton 4-1 earlier this year, and then these two met at the NCAAs a season ago, and Garvin won that match 13-6. One of the few wrestlers who was able to generate some offense against Nick Hamilton. He's one of those tough guys to score on.
Yeah, exactly. Hamilton's one of the toughest guys in the conference to score on. Just his stature alone, he's short. He stays low to the mat. His center of the gravity is low. Very strong, and you'll see that defensively. He's always got good head position. Hard for guys to crack that first line of defense.
Elbow in. Get him out the fingers. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Follow it up. You can post the three.
Talked about both these wrestlers from the Midwest. Garvin grew up in Iowa City, Iowa, City West. In the backdrop of the University of Iowa, while Nick Hamilton grew up across the Missouri River on the Nebraska side, La Vista, Nebraska. Hamilton missed some time this year. Ironically, he returned to the mat in the duel against Stanford. Lost 4-1, as we talked about. He missed over a month of the season. He told me he spent a ton of time conditioning, lots of sprints, working on his offense, getting through that hands and heads defense, and he felt that was the next step if he was going to continue to climb the tier, especially in Philadelphia in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, the key for Hamilton is going to be getting Garvin to move and make him uncomfortable. When Garvin's from space, he feels comfortable getting into the ties and looking for elbow passes. Hamilton needs to put some pressure on him, win this hand fight early to create some opportunities later in the match.
Drag that. Face it, face it.
See that attempted drag by Garvin. His grip, he's very strong. When he gets a grab of your wrist, he'll look to go drag. He'll pull that into a Russian one-on-one. It's a bit of a foreign feel. People always talk about international wrestlers being great with drags, Russians. That's kind of how Garvin wrestles.
Garvin, a member of last year's U23 USA World Team that competed in Albania, won a match for Team USA. Talked about that international flair. First period winding down, and we will be scoreless after one. The Nothing But Net crew will be at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte for the ACC Men's Tournament starting Tuesday afternoon at 1:30 Eastern right here on ACC Network. They'll have pregame, halftime, and postgame shows throughout the tourney, providing previews, highlights, analysis, game breakdowns, and interviews with both coaches and players. Garvin coming off that All-American performance a season ago, just the third freshman in Stanford history to earn an All-American honor as he placed 6th as the 20 seed. Hamilton struggling, gets up to his feet near the edge. capturing that head. A little bit unorthodox there, as Garvin was just able to pinch the head enough to keep control.
Yeah, Garvin ended up in a little bit of that side headlock and was able to get him out of bounds. And, you know, one thing to keep in mind with a lot of these close matches, as you get to the ACC and national tournament, yes, on the feet, you're always looking for takedowns. A lot of matches are won by riding and being able to stay gritty on top, getting mat returns, getting your riding time. Garvin gets close to 25 seconds, 26 seconds of riding time. And now that switches, you know, whenever when Hamilton goes down, or when Garvin goes down in the third period, he has a little bit of buffer. He has a little more time to get off from bottom.
Referee is going to stop the action for the fingers, the negative wrestling, slowing down the action. Both wrestlers getting warned. Minute 21 remaining, second period. The escape by Hamilton, a 1-0 lead for the outstanding wrestler at the ACC Championship from a year ago. Comfortable position here for Garvin as he goes upper body, and he warrants the stall call on Hamilton.
Yeah, you see Garvin get to those double over. I'd like to see him go back there. As soon as he got there, Hamilton started going out of bounds. He was rewarded with a stall call. If you have it, when you're wrestling and you feel somebody back out like that, you know they don't feel comfortable, you've got to press the action. You've got to get there again. Look for Garvin to push this upper body position more.
Yes, take front head. Let off.
Low shot, counter there by Hamilton. Now a reshot from Garvin, working off that arm drag as you were talking about.
Yeah, shot, reattack by both guys. Looking for drags. Hamilton was really close. Garvin responded and looked for a drag of his own. Both guys wrestling through these positions extremely well.
Elbow lift.
If you're a Virginia fan right now, you are saying we've been down this road before. Low scoring, Hamilton with that 1-0 lead. He has always found a way to come out on top in these close matches. Can he do it again tonight for the second straight year?
Yeah, one of Hamilton's big traits is simply just his heart. He will wrestle as hard as he can as long as he has to. And sometimes in a match like this, you just have to be tougher longer.
Relentless pressure by Garvin to close out this second period in a 1-0 lead.
You see that attempted drag by Hamilton. Garvin responds, looks for an attack of his own. Looks for a foot sweep. Both guys looking to chain wrestle a lot and put something together. They haven't really been able to get a grip on the leg. And now we get to see Garvin's chance on bottom.
Looks like we have spotted some blood, so they will stop the action, get that cleaned up. Under Garvin, really bonded well with one of the assistant coaches. When you look at the Stanford on the West Coast and what they've been able to do, head coach Chris Ayers and Sean Gray, who Ayers brought with him. Gray had spent 12 years on staff with Ayers at Princeton. What a successful debut it has been for Stanford, their first year in the ACC. And you know, we were both talking throughout the course of the day. It's great to have the Cardinal part of this conference, and the quality of wrestling that we have watched today has been really fun.
They've added a ton of energy into this tournament. We talked a little bit about, you know, the 4 and 5 seed, 2 and 3 seed, or 2 and 3 semifinals were always really close, and the 1 seed usually was favored pretty heavily. Now with the addition of Stanford, you're getting some 4th and 5th seeds that are really good, and they're pushing these 1 seeds, and it's providing a lot of really good wrestling.
Stanford went 10-5 during the regular season, 2-4 in the ACC, but keep in mind they were giving up a forfeit each and every night at 125. Escape secured. We're tied at 1. This one to be settled on the feet as we hit the home stretch here in the third.
Elbow lift. This direction. Deal with the thumb lock.
Hamilton working off that collar tie. Garvin got a clip of the wrist of Nick Hamilton. Now a shot by Hamilton. You see the hips there. Good hip defense by Hunter Garvin.
Yeah, that was really the first shot that someone had got a piece of the leg, and Garvin just goes straight to those upper body positions, and Hamilton does not want any piece of that. Here he's forcing it again. He's got a body lock. He's going big inside trip. Takes him out of bounds and earns a stall call for the point. That's huge. 1 minute left. Garvin puts himself up 2-1.
That's action all day.
Watch as he transitions up to this body lock. Really threatens Hamilton. Takes him out of bounds and is rewarded with that stall call.
Now Garvin on the hunt, has the one leg, tried to reach for that back leg, could not grab it.
Yeah, Garvin trying to seal this match. He's up 2-1. There's 40 seconds left. If he can get a takedown and finish this shot, it'll put it away. Hamilton trying to create a scramble, spinning out. Garvin's holding onto that ankle for dear life.
And a stalemate is called with 27 seconds and a 2-1 lead for Hunter Garvin.
So 27 seconds left. There's going to be a ton of action here. Hamilton's got to come after Garvin. He's got to get a takedown. Garvin can take a stall warning if he wants. He gets in on a shot of his own. Look for him to come back up to an underhook to control the position here. Hamilton's got to go. 15 seconds. He needs a takedown. If you're Garvin, get your head in the way. He's looking to score. Here comes Hamilton's last burst. 5 seconds.
Will there be a little bit of history tonight for Stanford? Yes, there will. Hunter Garvin, coming off an All-American season a year ago, now etches his name in the Stanford books. He becomes the Cardinals' first ever ACC champ.
Really solid wrestling by Garvin. It seemed like he was getting better as the match went on. His third period, he scored the most points, got himself an ACC title.
Stanford on the board. The sophomore Hunter Garvin delivers for the Cardinals.